Welcome to Secrets of Earth. I'm Patrick Viersba, your guide into the world's most remote corners. Today, we stand at the edge of a river. Not just any river, but one that marks a boundary between the modern world and deep time. We are heading to the sun-baked banks of a sub-Saharan Africa to meet a creature that was already ancient when the first humans walked upright. We are meeting the Nile Crocodile. In the world of evolution, change is the relentless constant. Species arise, adapt, and disappear. The fossil record is a graveyard of creatures that failed to keep pace with shifting climates and competition. But there are exceptions. A handful of lineages so precisely engineered for their environment that natural selection has found almost nothing to improve. The crocodile is among the most spectacular of these exceptions. The true crocodilian body plan first appears in the fossil record roughly 95 million years ago, during the Cretaceous period, when non-avian dinosaurs still walked the earth. The lineage that includes the modern Nile crocodile, Crocodylus niloticus, has been a continuous presence in African waterways for tens of millions of years. While the world around them transformed beyond recognition, continents shifted, ice ages swept the globe, entire animal classes went extinct. The crocodile retained its fundamental architecture, its skull shape, its ambush posture, its extraordinary combination of patience and explosive power. They are not primitive. They are not primitive the way bacteria are primitive, grinding along with simple chemistry. They are perfected. Every system in their body, their senses, their digestion, their cardiovascular anatomy, their parental behavior, represents tens of millions of years of refinement. Today, we look inside that engineering. We are exploring the ancient design that has outlasted almost everything else on Earth. When you observe a Nile crocodile at rest on a sandbar, you see what appears to be a log, motionless, indifferent, passive. This impression is almost entirely false. Look closely at the scales around a crocodile's jaw, and increasingly across much of its body, and you will see small, dark pigmented dome structures embedded on the skin. These are integumentary sensory organs, or ISOs, and they are one of the most sophisticated pressure detection systems found anywhere in the vertebrate world. Each ISO is a nerve-dense mechanoreceptor exquisitely sensitive to changes in the mechanical properties of the water surrounding it. When a wildebeest steps into the shallows at a river crossing 50 meters away, the pressure wave from each footfall, expanding outward from the point of contact, diminishing in intensity as it travels, arrives at the crocodile's skin and is detected by these sensors. The crocodile does not need to see the wildebeest. It does not need to hear it. It feels it in the water as a faint but precise pattern of pressure changes that tells it the size, the direction of movement, and the speed of the source. The ISO network effectively gives the crocodile a 360-degree aquatic radar that functions in conditions of zero visibility, in muddy water, at night, in the pre-dawn dark when the great wildebeest migrations reach the river. This is not a backup system that kicks in when sight fails. It is the primary hunting interface, operating continuously regardless of light conditions, integrated with the crocodile's other senses into a seamless picture of its surroundings. And those other senses are positioned with deliberate precision. The crocodile's eyes, ears, and nostrils all sit on the very top of its skull, elevated above the plane of its body, arranged so that a crocodile submerged until only the very crown of its head breaks the surface can still breathe, hear ambient sound above the water, and maintain visual contact with the riverbank. The animal's entire multi-ton body, several meters of dense muscle and bone, can be invisible beneath the surface while the sensor array at the top of the skull remains fully operational. It is not hiding. It is a surveillance platform operating continuously, processing information and waiting for the precise moment when the investment of the ambush pays out. When that moment arrives, what follows is one of the most mechanically powerful events in the animal kingdom. The bite force of a large crocodile represents the highest values ever directly measured in any living animal. In a 2012 study published in PLOS ONE, paleobiologist Gregory Erickson and his team conducted the first comprehensive bite force measurements across all 23 living crocodilian species. The highest figure they measured directly was 3,700 pounds per square inch, produced by a large saltwater crocodile. For Nile crocodiles, whose average body length reaches around 16 feet and whose mass regularly exceeds 500 kilograms, estimates based on the scaling of Erickson's measurements and separate modeling studies suggest bite forces in the range of 3,000 to 5,000 psi in large adults. Comparable measurements for a lion run around 1,000 psi. The human average is approximately 162 psi. In practical terms, this means that when a Nile crocodile's jaws close on the leg of a wildebeest at a river crossing, the bones of that leg are not resisting a strong grip. They are being broken immediately. The crocodile's teeth are conical and interlocking, designed not for cutting, but for grip, for penetrating and holding, and the crushing pressure behind them eliminates any meaningful prospect of escape through physical resistance. But bite force alone is not what makes the crocodile's predatory system so total. The architecture that enables it contains a crucial structural detail: the palatal valve. Crocodilians breathe through their nostrils, not their mouths. At the back of the throat, a specialized flap of tissue, the palatal valve, seals the airway from the oral cavity, allowing the crocodile to open its mouth fully underwater without flooding its lungs. This valve is what makes aquatic ambush possible. The crocodile can submerge, approach prey beneath the surface, open its jaws in the water, bite down, and hold, all while its respiratory system remains sealed and functional. Once the hold is secured, the crocodile initiates what researchers call the death roll. By tucking its limbs and applying a twisting force with its massive, laterally flattened tail, it rotates its entire body around the long axis. The mechanical effect on whatever is in its jaws is an amplification of the bite force through torsion, a twisting, shearing load that no large animal's anatomy is structured to resist. Large prey is dismembered not by cutting, but by controlled rotation. The crocodile does not need to be larger than its prey. It needs only to hold on and spin. The bite force is the dramatic expression of the crocodile's predatory power, but the source of its evolutionary staying power runs deeper. It is rooted in something that sounds, at first, like a limitation. The crocodile is ectothermic. We often think of cold-blooded animals as being at a disadvantage, dependent on external heat, sluggish in cool conditions, metabolically constrained. In the context of the African waterways the Nile crocodile inhabits, ectothermy is not a constraint. It is the foundation of an extraordinary energy efficiency. A large adult Nile crocodile, when not active, has a metabolic rate roughly 4 to 8 times lower than a mammal of equivalent mass. It produces almost no internal heat, which means it expends almost no energy maintaining body temperature. The lion, lying in the shade on a hot afternoon, is burning hundreds of calories maintaining its internal temperature. The crocodile on the adjacent sandbar is burning almost nothing. The consequence is a survival buffer that is almost without parallel among large vertebrate predators. A large Nile crocodile can survive for months, in some documented cases over a year, without consuming a single meal. Its metabolic demands between feedings are so low that even a large body can be sustained by the reserves stored from one successful hunt through months of waiting. This transforms the crocodile's relationship with its environment. A lion must hunt frequently and successfully. A missed hunt is not just a failure, it is a metabolic debt that must be paid from reserves. The crocodile operates under no such pressure. It can miss the wildebeest crossing in April. It can miss the one in May. It can wait until June or July or October. The prey eventually comes back to the river. The prey always comes back to the river. The crocodile's cardiovascular anatomy supports this patience. Crocodilians possess a unique cardiac structure, the foramen of Panizza, a connection between the left and right aorta that allows them to shunt blood away from the pulmonary circuit during long dives, maintaining circulation to the brain and vital organs while dramatically reducing oxygen consumption. During extended submersion, the crocodile essentially puts its own lungs on reduced service, managing its internal chemistry with precision that no other vertebrate achieves. When it does eat, the digestive system that processes the meal is equally specialized. The crocodile swallows prey whole or in large pieces, bone, hide, antler, and all, and processes it in a stomach that is among the most acidic in the vertebrate world, capable of breaking down material that would pass undigested through most other large predators. To assist with digestion, crocodiles deliberately swallow stones, gastroliths, which tumble and grind in the stomach as it churns, mechanically pulverizing bone that the acid alone would take longer to dissolve. Almost nothing is wasted. From a large wildebeest, the residue after a crocodile's digestion is minimal, a small amount of hair and horn. Everything else is processed. It is zero waste harvesting at the scale of an apex predator. The collective of crocodiles resting on a sandbar looks, to the casual observer, like a random aggregation of logs. It is, in fact, a precisely organized social structure. Nile crocodiles are not solitary, and they are not randomly gathered. They maintain a clear dominance hierarchy based on size and age, expressed through behaviors that minimize the need for overt physical conflict. The largest males occupy the best basking positions and command access to the most productive hunting locations near the migration crossing points. Smaller individuals occupy peripheral positions and yield when larger animals move. Communication within this hierarchy operates largely through infrasound. By vibrating their trunk muscles in low-frequency contractions, crocodiles produce subaudible rumbles, vibrations below the threshold of human hearing, that travel efficiently through water. These infrasonic signals carry information about the sender's size and condition. The surface of the water above a rumbling crocodile vibrates visibly, producing the characteristic water dance that observers describe as one of the strangest sights in crocodile behavior. Every other crocodile in the river receives this broadcast and can assess the sender's status without visual contact. A subordinate crocodile receiving the infrasonic signal of a dominant individual responds with a heads-up, submissive posture, a specific body angle that signals non-challenge. The exchange happens without confrontation, without the risk of injury to either party, and without disruption to the group's collective readiness. This social organization matters most during the Great Wildebeest Migration, when hundreds of thousands of animals must cross major Tanzanian and Kenyan rivers, and the crocodile population of those rivers assembles in concentrations rarely seen in any large predator. At these moments, the hierarchy that has been maintained through the dry months, through months of infrasonic negotiation and positional jostling, ensures that the crocodiles are organized and ready, not locked in fights with each other when the crossings arrive. The migration does not last long. The opportunity is precisely what the crocodile's extraordinary patience has been built around, and the social hierarchy is part of the system that ensures each animal is positioned to exploit it. For all of the Nile crocodile's reputation as the most dangerous predator in African freshwater, and the statistics support this reputation, it is estimated to kill several hundred people each year, more than any other crocodilian. It is also one of the most attentive parents in the entire reptile class. The female selects a nesting site on a riverbank, excavates a chamber in the sand, and lays between 25 and 80 eggs, covering them carefully and remaining near the nest for the entire incubation period of approximately 90 days. She does not eat during this time. She guards the nest against monitor lizards, baboons, and other predators that would excavate and consume the eggs. In the heat of the dry season, in a landscape that offers almost no shade, she maintains a constant vigil. When the eggs approach hatching, the young crocodiles inside begin to call. They produce high-pitched chirping sounds from within the unhatched eggs, contact calls that the mother can detect through the sand above them. This acoustic signal triggers her to dig. Using the same claws that excavate ambush positions and defend against rivals, she carefully removes the sand above the nest, exposing the eggs without crushing them, and waits. As the hatchlings emerge, small, fully formed miniatures of the adult, their scales are already hardened, their eyes are already alert, and the mother gathers them. One by one, she picks them up in her jaws. The same jaw that closes at thousands of pounds per square inch becomes a gentle, careful transport vehicle. The hatchlings sit in the gap between her interlocking teeth without pressure, chirping as she carries them, sometimes in multiple trips, to the shallows she has selected as a nursery pool. She will remain with the young for several months, guarding them against predators, including other crocodiles, and responding when they call. It is the most complete parental investment among living reptiles. Months of fasting guard duty, careful excavation, and the physical transport of young in the most dangerous mouth in the river. The young crocodiles that survive this initial period face a world in which almost everything wants to eat them. Herons, monitor lizards, catfish, larger crocodiles. Fewer than 1% will survive to adulthood. Those that do will live for 60 years or more, growing slowly, learning the rhythms of the river, eventually taking their place in the hierarchy as the largest animals in the water. And then, if conditions permit, they will wait. The Nile crocodile reminds us that new is not always better. They are a testament to the power of a design so precisely suited to its environment that tens of millions of years of evolution had nowhere to improve it. They are patient in a way that makes mammalian patience look fleeting. They are efficient in a way that makes mammalian metabolism look profligate. And they are, underneath the armor and the bite force and the extraordinary physical power, something that most of us do not expect: caring parents. They survived the extinction that ended the dinosaurs. They survived the ice ages. They are still here, in the same rivers, in essentially the same body, doing essentially the same things they have always done. We share this planet with millions of stories, most of them unfolding in the silence of the deep or the shadows of the canopy. Thank you for journeying with me into the world of the Nile crocodile. I'm Patrick Viersba. There are many secrets of Earth, if you only know where to listen. I'll see you on the next horizon. Until then, follow our coordinates by subscribing to or following the show. It ensures you never miss a step into the unknown. There's always more to the story than what fits into a single episode. Before you go today, I wanted to share a few extra details about how these incredible creatures actually live. Here's what else we found. Their sex is determined by the temperature of the sand, not their genes. Nile crocodiles have temperature-dependent sex determination. There are no sex chromosomes involved at all. If the nest sits between roughly 31 and 35 degrees Celsius, 89 to 94 degrees Fahrenheit, during the middle third of incubation, the eggs hatch male. Anything cooler or hotter than that narrow band produces females. It means a mother's choice of nesting spot, sun exposure, shade, depth in the sand, quietly decides the sex ratio of her entire clutch. They have salt glands on their tongues. Crocodiles possess functioning lingual salt glands, small pores on the surface of the tongue that actively excrete excess salt. This is actually one of the clean anatomical features that separates true crocodiles from alligators, whose equivalent glands are present but non-functional. It's part of why Nile crocodiles can occasionally venture into brackish or even coastal marine water. One was documented over 11 kilometers offshore, while alligators are essentially locked into fresh water. Their stomach is tiny for an animal that eats so much. Despite preying on wildebeest and going months between meals, most Nile crocodiles can't hold more than about 35 cubic centimeters of stomach volume, roughly the size of a basketball. The hyperacidic chemistry inside compensates for the lack of size, breaking down what it holds with extraordinary efficiency rather than relying on bulk storage. They keep growing new teeth their entire lives. A crocodile's teeth are hollow, and a new tooth is already developing inside each old one before it's even lost. Over a single Nile crocodile's lifetime, which can stretch past 70 or 80 years, it may replace its teeth more than 3,000 times. There's effectively no such thing as a crocodile running out of teeth. And lastly, when threatened hatchlings need rescuing, the mother will sometimes carry them not just in her mouth, but tucked into her gular pouch, a soft throat pocket, for an extra layer of protection during the trip to the nursery shallows.